welcome to Victory Videos. I'm your host today, Lisa Lanham. We're in Nashville at GMA Week, and we're talking to Phil Keaggy. And
Hello.
how you doing?
Fine. How are you doing?
Great. I'm doing great this week. Let's talk a little bit about why. Why do you do what you do? Why do you record? Why do you write?
Well, I mean, there's a practical reason why, and then there's a spiritual reason why.
Okay.
And oftentimes spiritual things aren't foreseen as so practical. I mean, it has to do with vision, imagination. It has to do with a sense of purpose. And the practical reasons why I do what I do is because that's all I've known how to do, music, all my life since I was 11 years old. I was writing and singing and playing guitar, Doors opened up for me, opportunities to play bands, and my first recording was when I was in 8th or 9th grade, So it goes way back. And then I didn't go to college, I regretted that sometimes, but then while a lot of my friends were going to college, I was playing at their colleges. You see what I mean? But at that same time, in 1970, I became a Christian. I had been in bands, and I'd been involved with music, and I had been searching also for the truth. And we came out of the 60s, and it was a disillusionment. It really was. And the Beatles broke up. And so many things kind of fell together that made me say, all is vanity, without using those words. But that's how I felt. And my mom was in a car accident on Valentine's Day of 1970, and losing her created a real awareness of the void, the vacuum within my heart for Jesus. And I think I came to Jesus because of her influence in my life, even though I had gone astray. And her life was a demonstration of the love of God, fruit of the Spirit, and just tenderness and kindness and goodness and self-sacrificing. She was a wonderful lady and a mother of 10 children, of which I'm one. And but when I received Jesus Christ in my life a week after the funeral, and I was led to the Lord by my oldest sister, Ellen, something really changed in me. There was a real transformation. I sensed a heavy weight lifted from my shoulders. I felt like I was being washed from the inside out. I felt that I had been forgiven of my sins, and I felt that there is a personal God who is where He is, looking upon me with compassionate eyes, and His Son Jesus really is who He says He is.
And we're going to talk now about your new project, True Believer.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
It's a new project coming out in June, and it's a new sound in some ways. It's like the old Phil Keaggy with some 90s technology, I suppose. It's more modern. My producer is Alan Shacklock, a brilliant man. In fact, he's even my size. It's amazing. And he's from England.
Oh.
And so he said to me, Phil, the kind of album I would love to do with you is an album where your daughter would love to listen to it. And it happens to be that my 15-year-old daughter, Alicia, she says, Poppy, this is my favorite album you've done.
Wow, that's great.
My favorite of yours albums.
That's great.
So it's got 10 songs. There's an old song on there called The Survivor I did in 1983 on a little album called Underground. And brought that back into the picture. And actually, Alan wanted that song, really fought for that song for this album. And it's a story about, it's from the perspective of a baby that actually went through an abortion and survived it.
Wow.
And the story of the mother, who was restored to her child through a lot of care, and the compassion of the people at the hospital that helped sustain this little infant's life. It's also a song that's prophetic of Jesus' sufferings, and then Jesus said, "That which you've done to the least of these, you've done unto me." It's not advocating rebellion or violence or anything like that, like some people may suggest. It's just bringing to our attention the fact that this is wrong,
Right.
and people suffer because of it. And but that's on a very serious note. There's also some very more lighthearted moments to the album. But by and large, the album is really a proclamation of the power of Christ in our lives, the power of His Word. The song "True Believers" is written by Alan Shacklock, the producer, and he just wrote a brilliant song that
That's
just,
great.
from the get-go, it really has energy, and it has something really wonderful to say, and it's a new sound for me.
Yeah.
So I think you'll hear stylistically me in there, but you got to listen to it more than once.
Yeah. It's great. I've heard the whole project.
You have?
I have, and it's
Oh,
fantastic.
well, thank
Just love
you.
it. Just love it.
There you go, folks.
Great endorsement. We're going to go to another video. Tell me how you feel. And it's been certainly a pleasure talking
Thanks.
to you today.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
And go out and get that new project. It's a winner. And we'll be back on Victory Videos.
You say the time isn't right, it's better to wait. Listen to